Implicit Bias is back, and as a matter of fact, we never left. And we're going to explain that a little bit later in the show as we bring you our weekly whiskey segment from the Top Secret Podcast Lair, sponsored by Mr. Lester Steakhouse, or made possible by Mr. Lester Steakhouse. Let me really quickly introduce you to who is here in the TSPL this week. Let's start at the bar. Why? Because the most important thing at the bar isn't the people sitting behind it. It's the stuff that's on it, and that's the whiskeys that we are going to start by tasting. But the people who are there, and let's go ahead and start. Who's laughing first? Who's laughing first? Is that
Ritter.
It's Ritter. Okay.
I mean, come on.
He is Lee Ritter, also known as You Know What You Should Do, from Ritter Consulting Engineers. Yeah, that's going to be your nickname.
And how many times did I send it today? And you were like, "Hey, I got an idea," and I'm like, "This is what you should do."
Yeah, you did, and that's okay because that's what you do. And look, they're not bad ideas. You're just like, you're the bomb dropper, dude. I mean, you are just like, "Hey, do this," and then you go away. But that's okay.
I lay the groundwork. I give you the opportunity to take it. It's up to you.
Up to you. Hey, and look, I like having the opportunity and not being told what I have to do. Speaking of being told what I have to do, we got to find him a new nickname because Mike Trammell is back. An OG member of the Implicit Bias crew is here in the TSPL, but he can't have the same nickname, so we'll figure that out later.
I think Sam, before he left, came up the legend kind of.
No.
As I remember.
Bro, what'd you do? Leave and start doing drugs? I mean, no.
I was doing that before.
That is not going to be your nickname. Sorry. I mean, we thought about making you the Drip.
The dealer.
We thought about making the Drip, but I don't know if we're going to do that. Yeah, and not like Drip like he's a drip of water, like the Drip like he's got jewels and he's got style. That might be a possibility. Mike the Drip Trammell. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. Thank you, Mike, for coming in. It's great to have you back here in the TSPL. And of course, sitting in the other chair like me, he is the Rustic Renegade. He's got George always trying to steal his whiskey. Right behind him, Caleb Morris. It's great to have you.
It's great to be back. Now, what about the Water Boy?
The Water Boy.
If the Water Boy doesn't work, we could call you Pillow Top.
Pillow Top.
Yeah.
I like Pillow
Yeah.
Top.
I like Water Boy better. The Water Boy just fits. The Water Boy just fits. You know why? Because that's some high quality H2O. That's why.
High quality H2O.
That's why it fits. Speaking of high quality, something you can ingest, we have some great weekly whiskeys for you here this week from our weekly whiskey partners, and we're going to talk about what those look like in a second. But we do have to introduce the pledge. We don't have a camera on him yet. We're working on it. I know for those who are watching on the video side, Walker Griffon has made it here to make sure that we are back on the air. Walker, have you recovered from implicit ballots on election night? Because it was like almost 2 a.m. when we left here. It was late.
Oh, I was good to go when I woke up.
When you woke up, what time did you wake up?
7.
And you had to be back at the station to do your dad's show for what time?
My dad shows at 9, but I get there to do like my show prep in the morning.
And then, so you did implicit ballots, which we started at 8:30. We ended at about 1:30. So we went a solid 3 hours. No, 5 hours.
Count math. It's important.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that, but yeah, we were a solid 5 hours. Then you went home, went to sleep, got up, did prep for your show, produced your dad's show, did your show before you went home.
Mm-hmm.
Pledge doing yeoman's work. I love it.
He's working, but how did he come in smelling how fresh today?
Oh,
Like he hasn't
Fresh
slept.
and so
like
clean.
he hasn't slept.
Like,
Just
it
kept hitting the
smelled like-
Axe spray. Just like he's like pledge duty, and then he's got somebody else's job we don't
He
know
smelled
about.
like
He's
he
just
walked
working.
through Bath and Body Works on the way here.
He's working.
It smelled like a Glade plug-in.
Fresh and
how
so
it just
clean.
hits
So
you,
fresh
just
and
like,
so
boom.
clean.
I'm wondering if y'all actually left here. Did any of y'all leave from the
Look,
other
it was an event to leave. I can
He's a
tell you
pledge.
that.
He slept on the couch, man.
no,
floor.
actually, Tug, Aaron Davi slept here at the TSPL because he had to produce a show the next morning on video. So, I mean, look, people doing yeoman's work to bring you what was hopefully some really entertaining coverage of the 2024 election. We hope you had fun. We had a blast. We're also having a blast here as we record this show for November 9th, which is when it'll air, as we dive back into some weekly whiskeys, which we absolutely have to do. So it's only fitting that we have brought in from our weekly whiskey partner. This actually came from New News in Lafayette, well, technically Youngsville, a beautiful dual pack. We're going to have some fun with this in the What Would You Pay Championship belt chain.
It's a two-fister.
It is a two-fister.
Double time.
It is a double fister. The senator and the representative from Proof and Wood as a package deal. We're going to go into the what would you pay in just a minute. We are starting with the senator. And why? Because, well, the party that is the closest to being a conservative party, notice we're not saying that they are. We're saying because there is still a uniparty out there. It didn't go away just because of what happened on November 5th. It's still out there. But the one that's closest has, at this point, 53 seats in the Senate. So we are starting with the senator, which is a barrel-proof 6-year rye. I believe it's 116 on the proof. Caleb has the Implicit Bias Whiskey Tasting Journal, I think.
And normally I write that stuff down, but it is 6 year. Leave it right there. It is 16.19. I can still read that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No. Whoa.
116.19, not 16.
Check that
Yeah,
on the
116.
range. Check that on the range.
Turn around, double check.
Okay, hey, can you give us the year it was distilled in?
Hold on, turn it again. That's on the back bottom left
Yeah.
hand corner. Nope, I
No.
can't read
It's
that
right
one.
in the middle on the back.
Yep. No.
So you memorized 116.
No,
'cause
I can
that's
see.
bigger.
I can see 116.
No way. Bro.
I can't see.
It's right here.
Yeah, but that's smaller font.
It's the same font. Trammell,
it's
back me
No,
up.
it's not the same font
It
because
says
the, hand,
116 is smaller than
the
this.
handwriting is much
can't read it.
larger
Here,
on the
here,
front of the
whiskey.
bottle.
It says 2017.
Okay,
distilled.
so let's stop walking all over each
All right,
other.
you
Let's
have-
stop arguing over something that doesn't matter.
You have trifocals on. Like,
Let's go ahead
God bless.
and dive into what we think of this particular weekly whiskey. Let's start with you, Ritter, because you are a connoisseur in your own mind. So let's start there. What do you think of this one?
Oh, I really like it. It's a good one. This is solid effort to start out for tonight. I don't know why I'm leaning. I just
So wait, what do you mean solid effort? It's not like
is-
we put any effort into this. We picked it up from New News and we're just drinking it.
Well, if you're going to start your night, this is a really good starter.
Okay, I see
100
what you're saying.
116, not hot, very smooth. Like this is open, been breathing 5-10 minutes tops. Caleb got the neck. He can talk about the neck, but this is. I'm
Did you just snort that?
Had to clear the old palate and get another one in. So I'm good. This is great. I know exactly where this is.
you're
gonna
extra
Go.
loquacious tonight.
I am rolling.
Yeah,
I
that
was watching y'all Tuesday, got spooled up, and hadn't come down.
There you go. There you go.
that snort, yeah, that was disgusting. Just so you know. All right, Caleb, we're gonna go to you before we go to the Implicit Bias Pledge. What do you think about this?
I'm a big fan of Proof and Wood stuff. I really am. I've got the presidential dram. I say got. I think I drank it. I got the cabinet. I've got a senator representative. I got the small bottles of each two. I'm trying to get the whole set. And I mean, this one should be a straight rye if memory serves. I get on the nose that spice, clove, and then there's, I'm not really sure what, but on the palate, that nice rye warmth comes at you, just the right amount of pepper, and then you get that Kentucky hug from that proof. And dude, to me, this is a dangerous bottle. This, to start the night, to finish the night, to drink through the night, this is one where the first sip is just as good as the entire bottle, and it is dangerous.
You can just keep sipping on this all night. Like Lee, when you said it's a great one to start your night with, it's a great one just to drink all night.
Yeah. This is not one you're going to recount
No.
because it's gone one time. There
No.
won't be no hanging Chad.
No, there will not. Speaking of hanging chads, Walker Griffon, the Implicit Bias Pledge. All right, Walker, you've become a little bit of a whiskey snob sitting over there in the corner. What do you think about this one?
Man, I really
As Caleb Caleb doesn't know sign language. He's just trying to mimic what Walker does in the corner. And yes, Walker moves his hands this much. I'm just telling you.
No, really enjoy this a lot. I've never had it before. This is one of my favorites that we've had, I think, on the show since I've been here.
Really?
Yes.
That says a
I've
lot
never had
because
it.
every one you have every other week becomes your new favorite.
No. This one's really, really good. I do like it. It's got a little warm, like Caleb said, like a hug at the end. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, I love this one. And Caleb, I think I know what you're going after. And I'm actually amazed that we didn't get one of Caleb's like, oh, it tastes like a hug from that aunt that you had that you only saw once a year who smelled just a bit of stale cigarettes and bourbon, right?
I'm only on my first glass. I have to have two
Okay.
glasses in there.
We have 2 bottles, right?
Yeah.
So here's actually what I'm going for on this one. I got everything you said, Caleb. I got, and I know this is going to be odd, but this is just what's in my brain. I get caramelized leather.
Mhm.
I get a taste of caramel, but it's got leather underneath it. So it's almost that sourness underneath the caramel. It's not a caramel bomb, but you get the caramel hint with that deep, almost little bit of a sour to it that is just so delicious. I mean, it's not too much sour. It's not too much sweet. It's just there, and it's beautiful.
What about you ever made, when you were younger, made homemade caramel apples?
Yeah.
You ever got one where the caramel came off and it took just the skin of the apple with it?
I could see that.
Like
That-
a
that-
little sweet.
It's like the sweetness tart is right there, and it's just enough. It's not overpowering because you get that sweet out of it, but that rye just comes at you so well.
Yeah. Now, we have not forgotten about the last
Satisfying.
person who needs to talk about this
Yeah.
whiskey.
Yeah.
But we're waiting on it. So, Ritter, get the bell ready.
Man, guys, this is where have all these been? Like all the shows I did before.
Oh,
Like,
I don't want to hear it because I know what you're going to call it. Go ahead.
No, it's not.
Go
It's not a donkey whiskey.
Ring the bell. It's not a donkey whiskey.
It's really.
He
good.
likes it.
This is really. It's not a donkey whiskey.
Okay, so what do you like about it, Trammell?
I like it. I mean, it's got a nice caramel kind of. I mean, the color's really, the presentation's really good on this one. To be honest, y'all, like I don't really taste a lot of it. I get a spice, like a really good spice. This is something that could be very dangerous, in my opinion, because it's really good on the tongue. You got that spice that hits you. I do get that caramel taste. I guess I'm getting that aunt hug. I guess I never got that hug from my aunt because she didn't like me. She had a paddle and I was running the other way. I didn't like my aunt. So yeah, definitely not my aunt's hug. But man, this one's good, y'all. I really like this. I'm very impressed, Kavan, from my first show back.
It's got a fantastic long finish to it, which I really like.
very good.
It's a little oily, which just sits really, really, really well on the palate.
Viscous enough to where it lasts. Mike, is this the first proof and wood that you've had?
Yes, this is the first I've had.
Look,
This
man.
I'm
It's
very
about, it's
impressed.
about
So-
to get fun.
Yeah, so let's jump in right there because the Walker face y'all couldn't see was
Oh, he's over there.
he
just-
was over there nose humping the glass for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, whoa, it's proof and wood, man. It's good. Like you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
So Walker, as we talk about how you like every single whiskey, have you picked out a distillery or distillate that you really like, or you just nose hump every glass and go, yeah, I like it? There's your pledge now. Remember, the answer counts.
My favorite before the Senator probably was the Larceny Barrel Proof.
Bruh, that's a good pick. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
picking one,
Yeah. At least
that's
he's
like
there.
he knows what he's doing.
So explain to me what is the proof and wood? Like,
Okay,
for other
so
people that
I'll,
are
tell,
watching.
I'll tell you what proof and wood is. Proof and wood takes distillate from what used to be called MGP. MGP is a large, massive distiller in Indiana, right across the border from Kentucky. So it's a lot of the same water. It's a lot of the same climate. You get a lot of those things. And MGP ages their own stuff, does all their own stuff. Proof and Wood buys from them and puts it in their own bottles. But they're involved in the selection process of what goes where. And what MGP does really, 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 really well is about a 6-year rye. What is this?
6-year rye.
It's a
baby.
6-year rye. If you didn't know this was rye, you'd swear this was a delicious bourbon, which is what I like about a really good rye.
Yep.
So you got to think about them. They're like a Costco, an old school Sam's warehouse that's just full of good things, not over marketed, just placed in the right spot. So when you're walking through with your buggy, you're going, yep,
You got to
Yep.
find them.
yep. And then Proof and Wood's going, yep, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. And I'm going to make this lineup here this way. Then I'm going to make, they have another lineup. And they have picked the upper shelf, not the top shelf of a lot of MGP. And now that they've done this well, it's, we want that again. We want that again. We want that again. Oh, and we're going to age this one 12. We're
Yep.
gonna age. And so the consistency you get with this Walker, the lineup, the Proof and Wood that you're getting with that micro distiller, buyer, whatever you call it from MGP is just solid, 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 solid. So if you go through and you don't see Senator, Representative, Cabinet, whatever, but you see Proof and Wood on, was it 13? There's another one, I forget. There's 2
So,
or 3. You see the
there's
little
a bunch.
sticker and you go, ooh, Proof and Wood?
Yeah, you know it'll be a good
You
one.
know you're going to be pretty good.
'Cause they go through and they'll take a thief and they'll taste the barrels.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, this flavor goes in line with the senator. This flavor goes in line with the representative.
Give
and
me
then,
2 more years on this one.
Yeah, and then they'll go through and they'll actually do the smaller bottles, which are going to be the selects.
Well, no, those are just older bottles. Some of the
The little shorter one, you
older-
mean?
yeah,
The
the
little
short-
It's
the-
just they changed the bottle.
Yeah, okay,
So they changed. So they went from. So,
You're right, yeah, 'cause they went from the short fat
So they
to-
went from we're kind of popular up in the
Yeah.
Northeast. So this stuff, just so you know, the way it's named and marketed wasn't marketed mass market. It was Washington D.C.
And
that
that's
sort of
where you
area.
find the governor,
and the ambassador,
ambassador,
and
the
the judicial.
judiciary.
and
Yeah.
I've seen them, and I refuse to pay that.
Well, and then you can get this senator is a 6-year. You can get a 2-term.
yep.
I've seen a 2-term.
I've seen
yes.
a 2-term. So I was looking at mine. I sent you all the picture. I've got 2 4-year reps, 1 senator. I mean, I've got a good bit. You know, I've got a lot on the shelf, but I do not have a 2-year 12, which
They're hard to
2-term.
find.
Woo,
Hard to find.
You know me.
But they're all in one area, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we need a road trip.
Yeah.
I have people.
Oh, that's a problem.
I
Road
have
trip.
people
yeah.
there who look for them for me, and they'll text me, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying that.
Yeah, but market price, bro.
Yeah.
These are great buys if you ask me as far as the price goes, which we're going to get to in a second. Because the one thing I have found with what Proof and Wood does, especially in this particular lineup and series, is this. They do a really good job of giving you great value for what's in the bottle. This, to me, and we're going to play What Would You Pay in just a second, would be significantly more expensive if it was in any other bottle or label. Like, so there are a lot of whiskeys that you're going to find at $150, $200 that I would absolutely put up against this in a blind taste test all day, every day. And I'll bet it would win probably 75% of the time.
This
which
would
is
be
crazy.
a people's champ.
Yes, it would.
I mean,
It would have a people's
champ.
elbow.
Everything coming
Yep.
from the top rope, and you're gonna be like, I want them.
It would smell what the Rock is cooking every single time. Okay, so let's do this. Walker, 1 minute. All right, very quickly, where would you rate this on the Morse Whiskey rating code? We're going to go around the horn. We're going to take a break, come back to What Would You Pay? Let's start with you, Trammell. Would you rate it as a red? I wouldn't drink it even if it was free. A yellow, I would only drink it if it was free. A green, I would buy this. Or a blue, I would seek this out.
Can I come in and start making up the
Nope.
light blue
Nope.
like I used
Nope.
to hate?
Nope,
No.
nope.
Solid blue, guys.
Solid blue. All right, Ritter, what do you label this one?
It's not for me. It's not a blue. It's a green all day, all day, all day, all day. I've bought them for some of y'all in here. This is a green. It's on my shelf. I do drink it.
Okay. Walker, what about you?
Solid blue.
Oh, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Caleb?
It's a green for me. Like this stays on my bar. I like to have it there.
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go with this rating. It's a blue for me because I do seek this out. I look for these. I want these. I make sure these are on my bar. I seek these out. It's absolutely a blue for me. It's a split decision blue, but a blue nonetheless. So it will go in deep blue. The Implicit Bias Infinity Bottle, brought to you by William S. Nacall Jewelers, which we'll show you later on the show. We're going to come back, bring you more Implicit Bias. We will play What Would You Pay for not just the senator, but the senator and the representative together. And we're going to dive into the aftermath of election 2024 when we come back on Implicit Bias.